Hello family, my name is Majesty Ocean and I just got back from a very extensive and expansive month of traveling. I spent about 2 weeks in India, a few different parts, and then I went to Guatemala to end a very transformational travel trip. And a lot of things that I begin to see that become something that is very common when I travel is the opportunity to expand visions, mindsets, and the capability to actually create something in this reality. And that's exactly why I wanted to express a little bit of the things that are flowing through me in this moment, and I just felt really inspired to share that with everyone. So just a couple days ago I had put a question on my Instagram and I asked what people feel their most favorite thing about traveling is, and I wanted to kind of go over each of the few responses that I received. And I'll first start with one is peace, right? A lot of people go on vacations or travel to kind of take a break from their day-to-day life and take a moment of peace and isolation, possibly even solitude if you're traveling alone, to really connect back to yourself and be present. And that's definitely something that I always experience traveling, is always a different sense of peace, being able to even be in new cultures, new environments, and just being able to grasp onto the cultures and the traditions that are still kept alive in many different parts of the world. And another would be the experiences. Every single time I travel, I'm experiencing something for the very first time, and that causes so much excitement and motivation for me to even want to explore and travel to witness so many different other places. And last but not least is the expansion. I remember one of the very first times that I went on a trip outside of United States and Mexico was to Turks and Caicos, and that trip really allowed me to want to create a nonprofit. It was during COVID, and it ignited something in me to create something that I would have never envisioned or dreamed of if I didn't travel to a certain part of the world that I had never been before. And that's staying with even living in Bali for over a year and experiencing different cultures and just being able to live a completely different life than I had here living in Los Angeles. And last but not least, these experiences this time around in India and in Guatemala were completely life-changing. I really didn't go into this travel trip expecting too much, but just allowing everything to really just flow. And it's beautiful how when you're traveling, life continues to guide you and take you on such a beautiful and divine path, and that is exactly what these moments felt like. And it's interesting when I ask people about traveling, or why haven't they traveled to the places that they want to travel, or what's stopping them from traveling, right? A sense or idea of financial stability or money is always the first thing that comes up when it comes to traveling. But there is so many different avenues around that, and things that I'm even starting to learn, becoming very well traveled. And so some things that I would say is definitely in a living community called hostels. When you travel, you don't always have to travel 5-star. I think that's kind of something that like has always been like instilled in my mind that travel is always a luxury, and although it is, you don't have to go out your way to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars a night to have an amazing vacation. So, or trip, depending if it's for business or for personal. But I always recommend picking a place that you feel has been inspiring to you and take the time to go and witness this place for yourself, because I promise you it will give you so much inspiration, so much vision, and will bring you aligned closer to whatever it is that your heart desires are. And yeah, hostels were something that I just found out about, but definitely took advantage of some good ones and some so-so. But that's kind of just like going with the flow and kind of playing whatever your vibe is. But we were able to stay at an amazing hostel by the name of Selena when we were in Antigua in Guatemala. And it was really, really beautiful. The community was amazing. The food was so delicious. And the prices usually are a lot more affordable depending if you have a shared room or if you want a private room within the hostel, then it can be a lot more affordable for you to stay night to night. But another topic going on the idea of, oh, I need to have money to travel. It's something actually that's very interesting and a topic that I feel like is the most important thing that I wanted to share. So something that I began to notice with my travels, first going to Bali, Indonesia. I lived out there for a year, and then again going to visit India and Guatemala and having an entire month of these travels, right? It's always like, I always had the forefront of my mind, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to feel while I'm doing it, and these are the things that I want to experience, whether that's visiting sacred temples, sacred lakes, sacred waters, being able to be with the culture, with the people, and really adapt to that lifestyle. So really feeling into the idea and the emotions of what it would look like while I was there. And I feel like that is the number one key that has allowed me to witness these places and experience those cultures, is because I envisioned it, I believed it, I sensed into those emotions, and life allowed and made a way. I was never worried about the finances. It was obviously something that is needed, something that you do need to focus on, but not the only thing you should focus on. And that's definitely something that I feel is a pattern in our minds, a limiting belief that we all have. Truly something that I've had to confront and witness and understand, like, hey, I know I want to do this. I know why I want to do it. Meditate on the feelings of it happening, and life always makes a way. It's simply magical, but it has worked for me, and I really just wanted to invite everybody who really wants to travel and witness a place to not just focus on the financial aspects, but the why of why you want to experience a new culture or a new part of the world. And it will end up working out the way that it's meant to, and you will end up going in the divine time that when it's meant to happen, it will happen. So that is definitely something that I will continue to understand, and something that is becoming deeply rooted in my awareness is really having the mindset of abundance versus scarcity, and knowing that whatever it is that I set my mind to, I can achieve and I can accomplish. And that's even something that happened even going on this last trip for India and Guatemala. It was like more of like a business trip, like, okay, this is when we're gonna go and this is the time we have to make it happen. Or in a sense, be in co-creation with the higher power to allow this opportunity to come forth if we allow it, if we believe it, and truly if we let go of any limiting beliefs and allow the abundance to flow and allow the opportunities to come through. And surely enough, life made it happen. And I'm honestly so grateful, so honored to be able to really live that experience, live that light, live that truth, to reflect to anybody else out there that they can do it too. It's really only a matter of belief, faith, and gratitude. I really feel like gratitude as well is one of the greatest vessels to manifestation, to creating whatever it is that you want to surface in your reality. So with that, I just wanted to share a little spiel about why travel is so important, and really hone in on the topic of the financial abundance versus the scarcity mindset, knowing that we can accomplish whatever it is that we want. We can travel and see any part of the world that we want. And if you set that idea and plant it, it will flourish and grow into your life in due time. So yeah, I just wanted to share that all with you, family. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings. And I invite you to travel to any part of the world, experience it for the first time for yourself, be able to come back and share those stories with your families, bring back amazing pieces of jewelry, art, clothing, culture that will continue to live within you, that you can share with everybody else and continue to spread that love and that light. So I'm sending you so much blessings, family, and I'll catch you next time.